Let's go. So today we are playing Would You Rather. Let's so first option is randomly time travel 20 years in future or in past. Every time you pass gas. Teleport to a different place on earth every time you sneeze. Land, not water. Tel- every time you sneeze. I think I can sneeze on purpose, but I can't fart on purpose. So let's just assume if I just got 20 years back, or maybe in 20 years future, that wouldn't be great in any in every scenario as it is random. And wait, I don't know where. But if I teleport on different place on land, which is specifically bound to land and also not on water, I can sneeze again and get out of that place. That is something I will choose. This option. This one. Yes. We are with the majorities. Have the ability to taste colors. Have the ability to see sounds. I would say tasting colors would be both of the things. Both of these things are actually worse. There is nothing which is good in between. Actually, nothing good in any of this because there are at the most part well if it is about specifically colors like what colors are we talking about in this case like actually painting colors like crayons and wax colors and oil painting stuff and we will use paint actual paint or colors to paint both those things because even chlorophyll is green I guess right chlorophyll green so it is also of green color it is going to have some taste but actually it has some taste well colors already have taste what colors are we talking about are we talking about let's just say color is also of some light so are we going to have constant taste in our mouth every time yeah, that is something which you can think of but let's just hold these thoughts for a few seconds few minutes for a minute and think out what having the ability to see sounds. I think then our eyes would have to work a lot. And yes, I think our eyes would have to work a lot, and eyes already produce a lot of data. I think this is going to be a really not a good thing. I would say because eyes work a lot. Eyes are really close to our brain, and our brain is going to be confusing all the time as we watch reels and stuff. And it's the same way it is going to be confusing or let's just say mind training, energy training, seeing sounds. And I don't think there would be. I think both of them have their own experiences. Like what a sound would look like of this. Like if I'm tapping someone's head, something and it creates a sound I can see that right but if I'm sleeping at night and my AC is working at some AC and ACs do create sound like it, there is a spectrum of sound which we can't hear but there are sounds like right But if we are able to see sounds, we would be able to see that also. I don't think that's a good. That would be a good thing, right? But like this question, this specific set of questions give a. I have a thought about. I have just had a thought by just seeing these set of questions that from the starting I was saying that I was having a thought of, or like just say pre-assumption that I had in my mind that this is better like tasting colors. Would, does that mean that I just said all those things to prove my point? There was some actually valid reasons. Like I can think of some good reasons also. Like there are songs like which Punjabi songs which I would love, which I really like hearing. So which I really much like hearing. Right? That would be great. I can see that. But yeah, what does it mean actually by see sounds? Ability to see sounds. I don't think that both of these are shitty actually. I would say, and I would pass by just choosing this app because I don't want to see sounds. Yeah, that is something I would say. Ability to so the previous question was about ability to taste colors. Like people would be thinking, I just have a thought. I just had a thought in my mind. I just people think that I don't want taste color. I don't want taste color. I'm not gonna choose this one. But think about it. Who's gonna put something in your mouth? Think about that. Nobody's gonna put color in your mouth beside you, right? Don't put color in your mouth. Simple. That's simple. Everything is color. Everything has some color. That's the reason we are able to see it, right? Things possess color. That's the reason we are able to see them. So we are going to have a taste of our tongue on its own in our mouth. If that's a specific case, then any type of color, anything which has color is going to have a taste, right? So yeah, avoid it simply. Just don't put any color. I don't think that question considers every single thing that has color, right? I think it specifically means the colors that are referred as colors for using painting or maybe stuff like that. Simply don't put it in your mouth. Simple as that. Moving on to the next question. Play a small part in a good movie. Play the main part in a terrible movie. I would go with this. No chance. I'm not. I don't have any. Like, what would you say? I don't have. What people say it like thought. I don't say. I don't think it is like a thought thing. I don't have any ambition, right? I can use ambition word. I don't have any ambitious thought about this that I have to play a main role. Like at the end, it doesn't feel any purpose that you had a good role or that you had a role in a movie. If no one is going to watch it, you still don't have any reputation. But if you play a good role, if you play a small role in good movie, at the end of the day, people are going to watch it. But guys, wrestle an alligator or wrestle a bear. I don't think anyone in this earth as a human. I don't think any human has any chance of surviving a bear. Well, it depends on what type of bear it is. There are small bears also. They just say this that a baby bear is also a bear. A baby alligator is also a big alligator, right? They are alligator. They are baby, like they are juvenile baby. That's up to them. But they are alligator and the bear. We are. I don't think that question. This question considers just that specific case. We are taking the consideration of both are adult and strong bear and alligator. You can't wrestle a bear. They have four hands, like they can climb trees, right? Alligators can't climb trees. But in the case you have to wrestle, I would say that you don't have any chance until and unless the bear backs out. As I've seen in many videos, bear mostly like if you shout or maybe you create a lot of noise, they backs out. But if it's the case of wrestling, like bear wants bear also wants to wrestle. You are not the only one there. You are not. You might think that I am not going to wrestle. I just walk away. I just run away. That's not the case, sir. The bear wants to wrestle, right? Wrestle a bear. It's a wrestling thing, right? Alligator is also participating in wrestling, right? That's the case, I would say, because a normal bear wouldn't wrestle to you. It would just simply eat you, right? I would say you don't have any chance with bear. Take it your chance with alligator. But if you want to have fun, sure you can choose bear, as 34% people did. So shatter the minds of the people that you speak to. Severely beat up people that you touch. Severely beat up people that you touch. Shatters the mind of people that you speak to. Severely. Is it like the thing with like just is it the Inumaki thing, like if I speak and their mind would shatter, or I have to talk in like sushi or salmon? I have to use words like sushi or salmon so their brains doesn't shatter, or I would say shit yourself and they start shitting. Or maybe I say KYS and they do KYS. I don't think that's. I think that's not better, right? Even if I say sushi or salmon or rice, anything, kelp, even kelp, like their minds would shatter. Or if I touch someone, is it like I have a power of I have a will on it, right? If I want that person, like if I touched it, it that person would get severely beat up. If I touched it, right? If that's the case, if if the case is that uh, the case is that I touch them, I have the will to not shatter there, not get them beat up severely. It depends on me. I don't think it depends on me. It's both parts would be like that, right? So the best way is the best one is to be this one, right? I would rather keep my mouth shut. That's the thing. Be stuck outside of all your life. Be stuck inside all your life. Be stuck outside all your life. Outside of what? What does it mean by outside all your life? Outside means stuck outside of what? If it's house, then no problem. Outside is best. If outside means jungle or maybe woods or forests, yeah, then that's not good. Or what does it mean by inside? If that means forest, it definitely means to city or town, right? In that case, this is the right answer. But if we are referring specifically to house, then this is the right answer. Obviously, I can live in my garden, right? I just need to have some properties. I just need to have a property of maybe more than 700 square feet. I can live happily inside of it. I will make a one by one. 10 by 10 feet of room and the rest of the place for my garden where I can grow crops, where I can grow green grass and live on it. Even nights, right? Summers are really hot here, so I can do that without any doubt, right? That's the thing I would choose outside of your life. Yeah, yeah, I'm with the masses. Right? Be a fool but optimistic. Be smart but pessimistic. Doesn't matter if you are pessimistic or not. I would say being pessimistic and optimistic are the way you think about certain things. But being smart and fool means the things that come out of your mouth are going to be like shit, or like really good. Even if it's being pessimistic, I am going to have an opinion about something which is bad, right? I don't think I'm gonna pass, but I'm smart but I'm smart, so I'm gonna score obviously high. So yeah, being smart but pessimistic. Yeah, 27 people are really optimistic and fool, I guess. Have complete control over your emotional state. Have the ability to instantly heal any physical ailment in your body. So does this would you rather means that if I am going to have this ability, right, instantly healing my any physical ailment in my body, so I am not going to have control over my emotional state. Is it that? Is there an option which I can read about add question contact about would you rather game about that you can make fun, difficult and breaking decisions. This game was started late 2020 as a pandemic project that is still relatively new. If you ever have any concerns, never hesitate to contact our customer support and let us know your thoughts. So, would have the ability to instantly heal any physical ailment, right? This is going to be plus, right? I'm going to choose any one of these. I'm going to have one of this and not having one of this doesn't mean I'm going to have a worse person. Like I have control over my emotions at this point. If I have the ability to instantly heal any physical ailment, that is a plus, right? That I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this for sure. Have to go to school in a shopping cart pushed by your mom. Have to go to school in a wagon pulled by your dad. Guys, your mom pushing a shopping cart in which you are to drop you at your school is worse than your dad pulling a wagon in which you are sitting, right? The thing is, then when your father is pulling you through the by the wagon in which you are sitting, people might think, oh, his dad is really hardworking and stuff like that. But when your mom is pushing you when you are sitting in a when your mom is pushing the shopping cart and you are sitting inside of it, I don't think that's right. This is at least specifically the country we live in, India. I would say people wouldn't really like like are not going to have a really outrageous thoughts compared to your mom pushing your shopping cart. You pushing a shopping cart in which you reside. So I would I'm going to I'm choosing the less outrageous one. Okay, this one seems funny, right? Shopping cart pushing your mom pushing your shopping cart, but yeah. Be an amazing pianist. Be an amazing drummer. Pianist. The reason I chose pianist was because of the sound that it creates. The sound created by piano is not like the I would say that it doesn't. It's not a blasting sound, right? Or something. Yeah, that's a good term. And the reason I'm choosing piano is that it doesn't create a blasting sound, and I really don't like loud sounds. And drum creates loud sound, regardless. That's what it means. You beat a drum beat, like those two terms are associated to each other because you inevitably have to beat a drum to create a sound out of it. Even to create a melody out of it, you have to beat. So it is a beating sound. So yeah, I don't like those things. Okay, so piano is the option I choose. Have the most epic entrance whenever you arrive. Have the most epic goodbye whenever you leave. Uh, most epic goodbye. Yeah, I'm choosing this because I'm already epic person. Goodbyes would be really thoughtful. Are going to be really stuck to their brains. Like, oh, did you see the exit he took? Oh, it was so epic. Oh, that's the thing. People are going to talk about. Let's almost all the time. If I'm going to visit a place, think about it. Just think about it. If I'm going to visit a place on a daily basis, and whenever I leave, I am going to leave an impression in people's mind that I am epic, I am cool, right? I am really out of league, out of their league person, and they are going to certainly think about it for a certain period of time after I leave. But comparatively, let's just say if I'm working on a company, people have to do jobs and stuff when if I arrive, right? If I'm arriving like with a Volkswagen or whatever it is, like the previous question was about, people have to work, right? They are going to somewhat forgot about my epic entry. But if I'm going to take a epic goodbye, right? That is a so option. That is what that's the reason why I choose it, right? Because this is something which I really think is true that let's just say if I get off my job before I meet another person who I have to talk like on a daily basis or like just say I want to check upon that person is going to be at least half an hour maybe 1 hour away to happen, right? So yeah, if you have a 1 hour time window every time you leave someone to think about you, yeah, that's good. That's good. Have an extensive wardrobe of average quality, have a limited wardrobe of high quality. It depends on the what does it mean by limited. Even if limited means 3 or 4 clothes, it's enough. It's more than enough, right? And they're high quality. If their quality degrades, they are going to be changed, obviously, right? 3 or 4 is enough, right? There are people who are having extensive wardrobe, I guess, with average quality clothes. Nothing to say on it, right? Nothing to say on it, right? Every food you eat is too salty. Everything you drink is too sweet. Yeah, obviously too sweet. I don't want my food salty. I don't. Obviously, I take a really less amount of sweet drinks. And if a drink is sweet, no problem in that case. A drink can be sweeter. I like sugar in my drinks. I don't have any problem because I also don't consume one. Also, don't consume them on daily basis, right? I'm not a chain drinker of drinks. Okay. Communicate with your past self for 5 minutes a day, with your future self for 5 minutes a day. Don't these both options are same? Like think about it. Even if it is future, even if I'm communicating someone for 5 minutes in a day who is in future me, is going to be the same thing even if I am
because both of them are me, right? Both of the persons who are 5 minutes, who whom I'm talking to for 5 minutes, are me, right? What does it make a difference? Like, what does it make any difference? It is going to be in both cases, right? But let's just don't think it that way because it makes this question a lot more complex. If I think it with a really small window, talking to my future self would be like getting spoilers, right? It would be like getting spoilers for my life. Like what did happen? What did happen? I would be stuck to it, right? I would stuck to it and think about it repeatedly. Like oh my god, I just had do this, done that, or maybe it depends on the my future self if he wants to ruin it or not. If I want to ruin my future self or my past self or make it any good, better person, right? Yeah, that's the thing, right? So communicating the past self. Okay. Yeah, that's a good thing that people are communicating with themselves. Yeah, have 10 wishes, PhD that grants wishes. Bro, obviously a PhD that grants wishes. Yes, it is not specified that the how much wishes would genie grant, but it is plural. Grants wishes. Obviously there is going to be two wishes. And even one wish for and I think personally one wish is even one wish is enough for most people. So I have to document a plant's growth over 10 years. I have to document a plant's growth over 10 years. I have to document a child's growth over 10 years. Child's growth, I am telling you, if anyone watches this in future, I am telling you, kids are really children are really fun to spend time with. I'm telling you, after they turn like 1.5 and 2, right? That is so cool. You get a chance to see a human growing up. Think about it. You see plants, right? But the growth of a plant is really slow compared to a human. How complex a human being is compared to an animal. The complex brain you had to interact with a human's growing brain, right? That is something which is very cool, and I really like it, right? Leave everything apart. I really like it. I like plants also. That's also the case. I would really love to have whenever I am in future, if I am going to, if me, I am surely going to have a house. So whenever I am going to buy a house for myself, that's the thing. Even if I have money, I'm not sure I'm going to buy a house for myself. So whenever I'm gonna have buy a house or rent a place or whatever it is going to be in the future, I'm definitely going to have plants in my house. But seeing a children grow, seeing children grow is really cool for me. Right? I really like children. I really like children. Yes. Be able to shrink whenever you want. Be able to grow whenever you want. I think I well we I should think about what specific purpose does me shrinking or me growing can fulfill, right? I'm 5'7", approx 5'7", maybe 5'7.5" or maybe 5'7", 6.5". I don't know exactly, but yeah. So I definitely have a scope of growth, no doubt, about like 665, no problem. 63 till 63, there is no problem, right? So, but think about it. You are going to be a abnormal person. People really would want to experiment on you. But if you can shrink, then skip them. But if you can't, if you can only grow bigger, you can't run simply because you're going to be visible to everyone every time because you're big. Or people can see big. Simple as that, right? What should we choose? Hmm. Interesting question. Interesting question. What does but what purpose does shrinking food fulfill? I think I don't think there is any. But growing can, like if I can grow at my will, I can lift heavy thing, right? That is a really cool thing. But if I can shrink, I surely think there something it would really be helpful. Shrinking is something that you can hide from others, but growing you can't. If you can grow from others, you can't hide it. But why do you know hide? Because you are going to be called as abnormal. You are not going to be called as a human if you can grow or shrink out your way. Right? Obviously, that's the case. What does shrinking can do? Right? Yes, I would go for shrinking because 5'7" is enough. I think 5'7" is enough. Oh, 50-50. That's so strong. Oh, fight in an ancient war, fight in a modern war. Bro, you have a chance of escaping the field, escaping the matlab, what do we call it as Colosseum? I don't think Colosseums are made for Colosseums are for entertainment purposes. The battlefield, yes, that's the word. You have a chance of escaping in ancient wars, right? Because they used arrows, you can hide behind uh, stones and trees and stuff. But in modern wars, the bullets penetrate every and anything. The bullets and missiles penetrate anything and everything. So yeah, quite an ancient war. And also I don't like wars. Yes, 44% would really like would this is that really 44% of people would really love to take a shot of a AK-47 in their chest plate, thinking that it can save them and not gonna cost any harm, right? The the amount of energy it is going to put on your belly when the bullets hits your metal plate that is there to save you is going to be nothing for them, right? That's cool. Live without video streaming platforms like YouTube or Netflix. Live without social media like Instagram, Twitter. I think specifically Instagram. I think it is about specifically social media platforms. So even if they go, you can't have social media thing, right? Example. So you can socialize with people. So I can't socialize with people. Others can. Obviously, they can socialize with others. I can't. So I am missing on a really big piece of thing that people are really used. I'm missing on a really big thing that people mostly interact nowadays. Like video streaming is really cool thing, right? Hmm, really hard. Both of the things have their are in their league of their own. I would suggest there's a team delay of around like 30 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, a minute. Not a minute, it's basically 30 seconds. YouTube, social media is important in few things, but not in everything. Be a vampire hunter. Be a vampire. If I think about this logically, if vampires are, if vampires do exist, I'm going to be one if I click on this. So obviously vampire hunters are going to be there. Yes. Be a vampire hunter. I would say this is better. Be famous when you are alive and forgot when you are dying. Be a known when you are alive but famous after. Nah, no way, bro. Be famous when you are alive. It's all. The only thing matters is that when you are alive. And there are people who are really thoughtful of them. That even 46% of them were thoughtful. Able to be kiss your spouse, able to be hug your spouse. Guys, if you want to find out about this answer, if you want to find the answer for this specific question, subscribe now. We are going to stream for this in next stream, right, guys? Okay. आया आया
Hello guys, I've just made a decision that if you wanna watch what is function currying, subscribe to my channel right now. I'm gonna post that tutorial inside of my YouTube video as not on a stream. The stream was only for fun. If you wanna watch what is function currying, subscribe now. You watch the video. Subscribe now and watch the video. Okay, bye. We'll meet in next stream. Do you wanna see something cool? Should I show you something cool? I guess I should, right? I have seen a lot of cool things. I should show you that also. What is something that can be considered as cool, right? For the internet people, what is something that can be considered as cool? Hmm. They like dopamine. They like stupid things. People on the internet like stupid things, right? What I can possibly post something. Let them see something which is cool, right? So yes, there is a thing like for game thing, as this stream was listed as game. Like if you have a computer like me, if you have a laptop like me, you can type this thing Minecraft online, and literally you can play Minecraft. And they have stated clearly this version of Minecraft requires a keyboard. Please try again on another device. Sir, this is a laptop, okay? This is a computer device. So this is pick a username and start the game. This is going to be you are the host. You can invite some 9 friends to join, right? You are going to have single word and you can play with 9 people in this, okay? And see, I think yes, see this, see this. Obviously a sensitivity, there are not many options to change here, but yes, the world is different. I remember when I played this previously, the world was different. So you can play this game also, and this is a really older version of Minecraft, okay? So how deep the water is actually. So can't you go deep? I don't think. Oh sorry, I don't think I've even sharing the screen. I forgot guys, I forgot. Let me show you. AI thumbnail is not the thing that I'm currently looking at. How can I show them this message? Right. I can show them this thing. Okay. Why is that not visible? I don't know. I'm not able to show you guys because it is in. Let me show you over here. Right? Is it visible to you? Yes, it is. Just type Minecraft online. People are crazy about this game, as it seems to me. And yeah, here you go. You can play this game over here. Even you can play with online 9 friends. You can invite them. You can give them the code. They can copy this code in their browser, in this same website. You have to paste this code. I guess that's the thing. That is how you should play. Right? Leave this page. Yeah, on this page, right? Yes, this website also hosts Minecraft. Bacteria Minecraft Classic is no longer available. Play Bacteria.io. But we've got you covered. Here's a similar game. If you want, you can play this game. So let's just play this game. We are gonna play off-road.
Train cargo simulator in web browser. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let's go. First of all, I should turn off sounds. Sound is turned off. Test and drive all levels. Some of them can be passed with certain cars. Use the mouse to move. Where's the mouse? Here's the mouse. Here's the mouse, guys. It is a really expensive mouse. It costed me around. It costed my father around 700 rupees. That person surely charged much. It these things didn't cost that much. But I bought it like 4 years ago, so yeah, it doesn't matter at this point that much. Mouse to move camera around the car. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Arre, arre, arre. We will just. Oh no, no, no. I don't want that drum to be. It doesn't matter. I don't think it is really count that I have to drop every. Oh yeah, the my sensitivity is too high. Oh man, the sensitivity is too high. Do we have to transport the goods also? Is that the case? Okay, so I need to have 10 objects in my car to pass the level. Yeah, it's definitely not a easy one, I guess. Drive slow, guys. Drive slow. Oh, why these boxes are empty? Fucking if it drops, just pick it up, bro. If it drops, just pick it up. It's not that hard. These are like cartoon boxes. You don't even have anything in them. Okay, think about it. Think. Oh no! You don't fall off. Don't. You need to have 14 objects to get 3 star. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Object 17. So I need to have 17 objects to pass the level. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. This we are certainly going to have some challenges passing this one. I can't see any finish lines. Okay, so both were the same ways to go to the same location. I guess going from this would be also a path for us.
it is. So what does it mean by function calling? So function calling are does function calling is that you design a specific function which accepts parameters. So function calling is a concept in which you design a specific function which expects a single argument at a time, and there are nested functions inside of it which also expects only one argument at a time. So you just write the name of that single function and take arguments for nested functions inside of it is inside of them, and generate the desired output. If I had to write some code related to it, I would do it in this way. Function curry. It is a programming concept. In first case, it is a programming concept. There are another languages who also possess this type of property, like Python does that. Python also have properties like this. So let's just say we have a function named x, named c, and inside of this function we have other functions. Okay, and this function expects an argument p, and this expects an argument a. So the let me rename the function, which is we are going to name the function as x. So and I am going to perform the function as if I think about it in more logical way, in most logical way. At the end of the day, our this is a variable which we are getting from outer scope inside of this function. Why we are not able to declare this function local missing any? Bro, I'm returning values. What do you want? What else do you want?
Identify expected types. Do we have to declare a function here? Is that a necessity? If we check. So we have to return this function also. That is nothing which I got to know this function. So so the way I can log this is the reason I am writing this console.log and calling this function inside of the console is because that is this function is going to return something which is the value from inside of this function with the value inside of this function which is going to get returned from this x function is going to be a plus b because it is returning from this. So this function is going to return a value of a plus b, and this function as x is going to return the value that this function passing which is going to be a plus b. So inevitably this function x is going to have the value in its return of a plus b. So the way of writing this is, if I write in this way, this means that I am passing the value of a. Okay, so this is going to be the first call, as this is going to represent the this function as it is expecting an argument. So the way of writing this is that whatever the value it is returning, it is returning a function, and that function, and think about this as this function which is this one function ab. I have, it is a no name function that I have declared over here. So this is going to be treated as function. So if I treat this function, this is going to be a function passing. So if I execute this function at this point, I can pass another value which is 2. So the answer that we are going to get is 3. Sorry, I just ran a different command. So yeah, here we have the value 3. There is a thing also which is infinite array. I'm not gonna teach you that, you learn it on your own. You can also create nested functions. Okay, so this was returning this, and I can again declare another function inside of this, the return function. Or I don't have to write a function, I can write an arrow function inside of this also. That is also allowed, right? That is also allowed. You can do this also. You can pass in another parameter inside of this which is c, and adding and in here I can add a plus b plus c, and I can again pass another value inside of this which is 5. So I just perform the different operation expecting a single argument at different stages, and it is going to give me a value which is undefined. Why it is undefined? Sorry, I didn't return it. That's why. That is the reason. I got 8. 5 to 1 and gets added up as 8. The reason I am writing return is, you should know that if you are studying the concept of function cutting, you should know that why I wrote this return value. Yeah, so this video ends here. Bye.